So a year and a half ago, I had the opportunity to go to Portland, Oregon to serve a full-time mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And this mission lasted about 2 years. And most of what we did is we went and just talked to people. And a lot of this included just going door to door, trying to talk to people about the gospel and about religion. And you would have guessed it, we faced a lot of rejection, especially out there. I remember one of these areas that I was serving in, when we were facing a lot of rejection, we also lived next to one of those Amazon warehouses. And so at the same time we were leaving, we'd see these delivery drivers going door to door as well, except with packages. And I remember thinking too, man, it's probably nice to be able to go to those doors and not worry about facing rejection because you have something that the customer wants. And on top of that, you get to drive a van around all day, which could be fun. Don't get me wrong, could be fun. But as a missionary, I really like also just driving from place to place. And so the more I thought about it, the more um, interesting a delivery driver sounded to me. And so I remember thinking too, I was like, man, maybe that's a job that I should look out for when I get home. And so let's fast forward a year and a half, and I've been delivering for Amazon for about 6 months since June. And I originally went to Amazon just for a summer job to make some money. And I've been enjoying it so much that I continue to do it now, and I plan on doing it next semester. And so I wanted to talk with you guys on just the reason why I continue to work for Amazon and why, if you're looking for a job that pays really well, there was no experience before, then this is the job for you, and I'm going to tell you why. So before I kind of get into the things that I love about this job, I want to explain to you just about what it is, how it works, and how it's managed, especially here in Utah Valley. So I want to talk with you just about what my day to day is like as an Amazon delivery driver, and then some benefits that I've seen being a driver. So when it comes to the management of delivery, there are six smaller companies that control the delivery in the Utah Valley area. The company that I work for is called JLA Rapid Delivery. Yeah, I know it doesn't sound like Amazon at all. A lot of people, they ask me what it's like to work for Amazon, what it's like to work for one of the largest companies in the world, and for Jeff Bezos himself. And I always answer them every time, I don't know, because I don't really work directly for Amazon. I work for a company that's directed through Amazon, but I don't have to worry about Jeff Bezos looking at my performance or anything. It's just very private. But I will say we do have to follow a lot of Amazon's rules that they have. Obviously, like gear, we drive their rides around. But besides that, it's there's not much different than if it were to be all managed by Amazon. And so my company is over just a specific portion of Utah Valley. We cover all of American Fork. We cover Pleasant Grove, Linden, half of Orem, a little sliver of Provo by the canyon. And then we also go up to Heber and Midway, which, yeah, I know it's kind of way out there. But they actually changed the geography like a week ago. So we actually don't go to Heber Midway anymore. And we're just focused down in the valley. And I was a little bummed by it at first because I've been spending majority of my time going to Midway and to Heber, and the drive there is gorgeous. It's a long drive, and so your days are typically longer. I was getting a little worried with the snow coming up, look like, and yeah, we're still gonna have to face it, but we're not gonna be feet deep in snow like we would up there. And but yeah, each company covers a little portion of the city, the metropolitan area, and tends to cover the area. And, we're based out of American Fork as well. That's where we meet when the day starts. Is I drive all the way down to American Fork, and we all meet together as a company at the warehouse. And we start off at 10 o'clock with what's called a stand-up meeting. And these meetings are when the dispatchers, also people who control your delivering for the day, they'll start out with some announcements, just company announcements, Amazon announcements, safety announcements, just whatever we need to know for the day and for the future. And then after the little meeting, they'll hand out the routes for the day. And the way they do this is they give you a phone, a work phone for the day. And they also give you the keys to your van that you're going to drive for the day. And when it comes to what type of vans you drive, Amazon's always had the Ram gas vans or Ford or any of those other brands of gas vans in the mix, and those have been in the industry for a while. But a new van that's been introduced has been the Rivian electric van, and these have been super cool and super unique to drive in because, again, they're completely electric and they have some really cool features inside, such as what's shown down below. They have these massive touch screens on that shows your entire route for the day. Each of those little black dots down there is a stop, and you can click where you want to go. It'll automatically navigate you the fastest way, but if the calculation is wrong and you know a faster way, which has happened to me a couple times, then you can manually do that yourself. And it'll show you where to go turn by turn basis without having to use like your phone or anything, which is super unique. Also, another thing, these vans are pretty spacious, as you can see back there in the back of my van in the one picture. Yes, it's filled to the brim with boxes, but that was an especially busy day. But normally you have a lot of walking space to work with, so you can organize as well. And once you get your van, you'll pull under the roof in the warehouse, and shown in the picture down below, other side down below, um, you'll have these carts loaded with your packages on for the day. And most of your packages will be smaller envelopes or smaller boxes, which are in each of those little bags as shown. And you'll load them in a certain order of how your stops are going to be. And on a given day, you have about 190 stops to complete and about 300 packages or more to deliver, which sounds like a lot, but when you're averaging about 25 to 30 stops in an hour, it goes by pretty fast. And so also those boxes on the side will correlate with each stop two of the boxes and envelopes in each of those bags. And so it just tells you completely how to organize it. So there's not much thought that goes into it, which is nice because that's one thing that you can zone out on. And then once you have your van loaded, you just go to your area and you just spend the whole day delivering. And during that, you get a 30-minute lunch break, just like any normal job has. And yeah, it's just really nice because you can listen to music, you can listen to podcasts, and it's super chill and it's relaxing at times. Yes, it's very physically demanding, but like mentally, you can just zone out and just go with your own flow for the day. And then once you finish your route, you'll go back to the station, bring back the empty bags that you have, and then you clock out for the day. And sometimes you even get to clock out a lot you're expected to do, which is one of the huge benefits I think of being an Amazon delivery driver is you're scheduled to work from about 10 o'clock to about 8 o'clock, but I've never clocked out past 8 o'clock. I think the latest I ever clocked out was about 7:30, and that was like a late day especially. Usually I clock out around 5:30 and 6, and you get paid for the whole shift if you deliver at a fast enough rate, if you have a good driving score, and you have good enough customer feedback delivery. And those are not very hard to get either. So I think there's only been 3 weeks where I didn't meet that the whole 6 months. And so if you finish early again, you get paid for that whole shift. And that goes alongside too. This job pays really well. Nationally, it starts about $19 an hour, but other companies starts at 22 an hour, which is really nice compared to any other job I've ever had. It's also very flexible, and so you can choose when you want to work. So for me, most days to work are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and so I've been working Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Semester it'll change, but you can work as little as 1 day a week. You can work as much as 4 days a week. It's just super flexible and it's nice. Another crazy benefit that they have is they'll reimburse you for your tuition. They reimburse up to $5,000 a year, and which is awesome. You do have to work 3 days. That is the prerequisite of working an average of 3 days a week. But again, it's pretty easily able to do if you just do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and school on Tuesday, Thursday. That's what I've been doing. And I was able to get reimbursed for most of my tuition last semester, and I will be able to for next semester, which would be super nice because I can pocket a lot of extra money and save up for other things because they're paying for my tuition, which is really nice. And again, this job is just fun. You get to go from place to place and see new areas that you've never seen before. And it's kind of satisfying seeing like your van shrink down in size and just being able to drive those vans, like the electric ones especially, they're really cool. However, I will say some downsides is it's a very physically demanding and tiring job. There's some days I wake up super sore the next day, and other times where it can get really stressful and overwhelming, especially during special like Prime Week events or during Christmas. I also have to deal with the weather. So I've had to deliver a couple 100-degree weather days and also a couple 30-degree weather days. I'm going to have to face the snow here pretty soon. And the shifts are pretty long. They start at 10, usually don't finish until like 6-ish. But the nice thing about these shifts is since you're working the whole time, the shifts fly by. Like I'm telling you, a 4-hour job that I had before, those shifts honestly feel longer than these shifts sometimes, which is kind of crazy to think. And so now it's up to you to decide if this is a good fit for you. For me personally, I didn't think it was at first because I was really worried about how physically demanding it would be. But the more you do it, the more you get used to it, and you get a ton of steps in. So literally over the summer, I lost 10 pounds doing it. And so if you're a very physically fit person, or even if you want to be, this is a great job for you. So if you need a job that's flexible and pays well, and a job where you like just working on your own sometimes, this is also a great fit for you. But again, ultimately it comes down to you. But I would strongly, highly recommend this job to most people. And so if you have any other questions, you can contact me down below. And yeah, wish you best of luck with job searching. And this is Andrew Walker, and hope to see you around.